you'll see something that says road reflection. You see that? I want you to open it up. Okay. It looks pretty boring. Okay? This is just a place for you to type a couple sentences to me, and it's just an easy way for me to have it. I have to collect papers and all that stuff. You are going to do a reflection with how you feel about comparing numbers. So if you remember from the rubric, there are 3 ways. What are those 3 ways you can compare integers? Virginia, can you read those to us? Right, so we can do it through an inequality symbol, creating a number line, putting them on the number line, and ranking them in order. You are going to tell me in a couple of sentences how you feel about those skills. Alrighty? You have seen this before. The road. Do you remember this? We did it with fractions earlier in the year.
Yes.
Okay, let's review what the 4 types of roads are. We'll start down at the bottom with the interstate. Okay, that's like you're heading up to Iowa City on the interstate. You're traveling along, smooth sailing, you could give directions to somebody, you feel super confident in those skills. You're on a highway, like Highway 22 right out here. You're fairly confident, but occasionally you have to slow down, okay? Cars are slowing down, turning off the road, but for the most part you feel like you have it. A paved road. They have lots of potholes, all right? So you have to slow down a lot, you gotta dodge them, you're still making some mistakes. Maybe you feel confident in creating the number line, but you forget what the inequality symbols mean, something like that. Or there's the dirt road, the gravel roads. There's so much dust, you don't know where you're going, what you're doing, you still need some help, okay? So we are basing this off of inequality symbols. And remember, those are the alligators, less than, greater than. You're basing it off of number lines, and you're basing it off of rank order. So how do you feel in your abilities to compare integers in those 3 ways? So pick a road, place yourself on a road, and type a couple of sentences to me about why you say that. When you're done, please turn it in on Google Classroom. Remember, you have to push turn in twice. And then you can put your Chromebooks away, and then you'll have time for homework, okay? I did this reflection so I could get a general idea of where kids were at and how they were feeling before we took a more formal formative assessment, which would be the quiz. I wanted to confirm that they were feeling okay with it and they were on the right track. Sometimes when I do reflections with this age level, with middle schoolers, I wonder how honest they're going to be and if they're gonna give me a true picture of how they're feeling. And they actually did kind of surprise me with some of their honesty. We had lots of kids where they said the highway, which, for the most part they knew what they're doing, slow down here and there. And I would have considered them maybe to be more interstate because in class they were zooming through it. They seemed to really have a grasp on it. And looking back at that, right before we had done this reflection in class, we were working on the Beyond Proficient, which was comparing and ordering fractions. And I think maybe they still had that kind of in their head, thinking maybe, oh, I don't know this now, when really they did, and that was all fine. Some kids could be very specific with me. One girl said that she was on the highway because regular numbers, whole numbers, she was okay with, but it was the fractions, and she specifically said the fractions stumped me. So she was able to identify with that. And one girl was even very honest. She put herself on the highway. She knew it, but she's a very shy girl, and she said, I could give directions to someone, but I probably wouldn't. And just knowing her personality, that fits her. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Some people did say they were on the paved road, the one with like potholes, and they were having more difficulty with it, not feeling as confident, and that surprised me a little because in class it seemed like they knew what they were doing, and come to find out that on the quiz they actually overall they were at a 2, which is approaching proficient in math, and so their confidence level did match how they did do on that the quiz. So I made sure to meet one-on-one with that student the next day and show them a few things and reassure them that they've got this and just explain a few things to them. So all in all, I like to have this formative assessment strategy in my teacher toolbox. it's nice to have something that doesn't just always measure content, but something that I can check in with them to see how they feel and how confident they are in a topic.